Now, what is the correct way to pronounce your name?
The correct way to pronounce my name is Deiondra.
Do people mispronounce this?
Yes, I'm called Deiondria, Dondria, Deondre. It is Deiondra.
Do people misspell it?
People do misspell my name, but it's okay.
Do you have a spring break horror story? A bad experience while you were on spring break?
I do not have a spring break horror story, but it is one spring break that I will never forget. But it wasn't bad. It was just so much fun.
Care to shed some light on that?
I think it might have been my freshman year in college. Me and my best friend Kalia, we just went to Miami not even knowing what we was gonna do, but boy, we had a time, honey.
Want to shed any further light on that?
No further light needs to be shed.
Now, this best friend of yours, care to share how you two first met, if you recall the very first time?
My best friend Kalia, how we met, is so funny because I used to be a hustler in high school, so I learned how to sew real good. So I used to sell pillows, like character pillows, and make them. And she actually bought a pillow from me. And ever since then, we got super close and became best friends.
Now, did you guys share the same grade back then in that high school?
Yes, we were in the same grade.
Same class as well?
We went to a small little private school at that time, so we had some of the same classes together.
But when you met her for the very first time, did you already have classes together at that time in your life?
I don't really remember that far back like that. I just know we met because I was selling her a pillow, and we just became super close after that.
Does she still have that pillow today?
I do not think she still has that pillow. That's a good question, though. I'm going to ask her.
And just for reference, care to share the name of the high school you attended or college you just mentioned here?
So the high school I attended was Trinity Christian School.
And the college?
One of the high schools.
Okay, got it.
And the college was when we went to TSU.
You both went to the same college as well?
Yes.
Now, when it comes to spring break, circumstances could be different for everyone, so generally speaking here, but any spring break advice for those in the audience?
Spring break advice would be have like a buddy system. I know we're grown and you might venture off, but you guys need to just make sure y'all always check on each other. Y'all always know where each other is at and just always take someone. That's what I would say for my spring break advice because people are crazy now.
And is that something you personally experienced or just going off observation?
I'm just going off of observation for that one. I've never personally experienced anything super dramatic, but just from hearing stories and watching TV and movies, that's what I would say.
Anything else in regards to spring break?
I don't really have much to say in regards to spring break other than have fun.
And just a follow-up question here, when it comes to you and your best friend and attending that same college together, was that either of your ideas or was that just, what's the phrase there? It starts with a C.
Coincidence?
There you go.
Oh, I don't really think it was a coincidence. I think it was that we both liked that school, but we did apply together and stuff.
Okay, didn't know if that was planned, like with purpose to attend that school or how that went. And the name of that high school that you mentioned, that was the high school that you referenced where you first sold her that pillow?
Yes, the high school I mentioned was one of the high schools I went to, and that's where we went to school together.
And was that pillow sales, was that a profitable thing back then?
You know, for me to do it at that time, it had to be profitable. But I really don't remember, but I know I used to have sales, though.
Do you do the pranking or do you get pranked? on April Fools?
Lately, I haven't got pranked or done the pranking, but I feel like I would definitely be more of the prankster.
Best or worst April Fool's memory, if you have one?
I don't really have one. Like, just to say, my memory is so bad. It's like a blessing and a curse. So it's not that much stuff that I remember.
Ever conducted an April Fool's prank on the general public?
No, I don't remember if I've conducted a prank on the general public, but I think that's something I would remember.
Now, circumstances could be different for everyone, so generally speaking here, but any April Fool's advice for those in the audience?
Any April Fool's advice, I would say it's April Fool's. Take it as a joke. Don't get mad. Don't get angry. Just let it go if you real mad. Other than that, like, just laugh it off. It's a joke, a prank, whatever you want to call it.
And are you on guard when it comes to April Fools, or is it one of those days you forget and you can be taken advantage of, so to speak, with a prank?
I'm not really on guard with April Fools. I feel like all my friends know don't try me like that.
But it doesn't even have to be a friend. It could be someone you follow on social media that does a prank to the general public.
I haven't really came encounter with any real good pranksters, so I'm not really on guard like that.
Anything else in regards to April Fools?
I feel like this year I might do a little prank on somebody. So be aware.
What is your opinion on chips?
I love chips. I love them.
Now, you don't have to mention a brand in particular here, but what type of chips do you enjoy?
I like all kind of chips, honestly, except for like the puffy ones.
Now, there's a new chip on the market that the audience wants to get your opinion on, and it's not anything puffy.
Good.
Go ahead and open that lid in front of you to unveil it, and let's get your first impression on this new product.
Okay, open it.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. I feel like I'm already gonna like these.
Can you give a 360 of this item to the audience?
Wrap snacks, Snoop Dogg, nacho.
Now, this is brand new, and as you mentioned, this is Snoop Dogg Cheddar Barbecue Nachos by Wrap Snacks.
I love nachos.
Have you heard about this yet?
I have not heard about this one.
Now, anything else going through your head as you're giving this item a glance and the packaging and that sort of thing there?
I feel like it looks different from the typical Wrap Snacks, but yeah.
And are you able to read any of the packaging? Maybe that center top line there on the front?
Stay focused and be relentless.
And Snoop Dogg, it looks like, has a quote on the back, on the right corner.
Oh, this is cute. Make every opportunity count. Stay focused, be relentless, and do whatever it takes to master your craft. Signed, Calvin, Snoop Dogg wrote this.
What do you make of that quote?
I like it.
Now, as you continue to examine this bag a bit further, I'll read you a few details about it from wrapsnacks.net. Snoop Dogg Cheddar Barbecue Nachos bring together the perfect combination of classic cheddar and barbecue flavorings in a crunchy, delicious tortilla chip. Each bite ensures an unforgettable snacking experience with enough chips for your entire crew. And that was a quote from their website. Now, when you're ready,
I'm ready.
go ahead and open this bag.
I was kind of hungry coming here. Okay.
Give it a smell. Describe that smell that you sent.
Ooh, it tastes, I thought it was going to taste like the Dorito nachos, but it doesn't.
Do you smell any cheddar?
I don't smell as much cheddar, no.
What about barbecue flavorings?
Oh, I think that's what it is. I think I smell more barbecue than cheddar. Yeah.
Can you grab one of those chips and show it on camera?
I got a good one. Look like it got a bunch of barbecue and cheddar on it. Can I eat it now?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
And if you need a few more bites, first impression, honest impression, whenever you're ready.
First impression, honest impression is I taste more barbecue than cheddar, but it's kind of intriguing because I've never really tasted this combination before.
Now, as you continue to taste this item, a few more questions here. Did it smell better than it tasted, or did it taste better than it smelled?
I feel like it tastes better than it smells because it's like smell the barbecue and stuff, but taste, like I said, it's a different combination of flavors, so it's very intriguing to my taste buds.
Do these chips match the photo on the bag at all?
Yes.
And a few more questions here. Any further constructive criticism of this item? Whether it's the packaging, the item itself?
If I didn't look hard, I wouldn't been able to know it was Snoop Dogg. But other than that, no.
Do you feel like it should be a little bit more cheddar than barbecue?
See, now I don't know. You know how you taste one thing and you're like, okay, let me taste the other one again. I feel like I would have to taste it before I can say what it needs to be.
Overall speaking, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being worst, 10 being best, what would you rate this item?
Overall speaking, 10 is the best and 1 is the worst?
Yes.
I would probably say like, okay. Like
Rough
a
estimate.
7.
And just for context, you mentioned this looks a little different than typical Wrap Snacks items. Have you tasted any items from Wrap Snacks before?
I have tasted a lot of Wrap Snacks items.
Care to share what? If you can recall.
The Migos one, Boosie's one, Lil Romeo's, Cardi B. I think them the ones I can just remember off call that I really, really like.
Were all those names chips as well, or were they a different type of product, like popcorn, soda, things of that nature?
They were all chips.
Where would you rank these? If that
With
even is
those?
a fair, yeah, if that's a fair question to ask.
Um,
Amongst those different names there.
I would rank them the same. They're all have a different flavor, different taste to them.
And winding down the questions here, just for transparency, do you know anybody that works at Wrap Snacks or Snoop Dogg personally?
I don't know anyone personally at Wrap Snacks. I've only had a meeting with them. And yes, I do know Snoop Dogg personally. That's was one of my dad's best friends growing up. So it's Uncle Snoop.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
I do not remember the first time I met him.
Just curious there. And just for further transparency, I am not personally sponsored by this person, brand, or product. This was purchased just for you to taste test and review.
Okay.
Anything else you want to mention about this item, Snoop Dogg, or a question you weren't asked? People want to know about any of this stuff.
Try it. It's good flavors. Good job, Uncle Snoop. Okay.
Before this interview ends, is there anything else you were not asked? Fans want to know? People want to know? Is there anything you want to address while you're here? Anything else you didn't get a chance to mention you'd like to mention now?
No, not that I can recall other than, download Deion Sanders Jr., a.k.a. El Sakin, on Apple Music.
Any loose ends you want to tie from this interview with the previous topics you were asked? Anything you failed to speak on? Anything that needs further clarification from what was said in this interview?
Not that I can think of. I said what I said.
Any final words?
I don't really have any final words, but just stay true to yourself.